Welcome to the Safe Space Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Sydney Rosant.
My name is Lauryn Perry. I'm also one of the hosts.
And my name is Aicha Sabara, and I'm also one of the hosts.
Okay, so we just gonna get straight into it.
Yeah.
We just gonna, play the little theme song.
No, we say this every time.
Okay, y'all.
At least that one turned off.
No, for real.
We had a little complication with
we had a little bit of technical
difficulty. Time filming for the evening.
Y'all really would have loved the first one.
So,
yeah,
we're a little bit drained, like.
There was an explosion issue
throughout the entire
and
video.
It was such good content.
No, because we were so. I was at my peak of funniness.
You know what? You know what we have? Black Girl Magic.
Okay.
That's what we have.
I thought you were gonna say exhaustion.
We're gonna tap into that Black Girl Magic.
Oh,
okay. And we're gonna make this one better than the first one.
Exactly.
No Debbie Downers here. No negative Nancy's here.
No, ma'am.
It's just three powerful black women keeping it classy and cute.
So do y'all want to just get in to so we're all in college.
Yeah, all 20 years old.
Let's give our little
spiels
bios or whatever.
Okay,
yeah.
So I go to the University of Alabama at Birmingham, and I am a nursing major, and I start nursing school next fall. So
yes,
I had to
go Blazer.
Period. We love to see it. Period.
Okay, but what about you?
Was that a meme?
I'm sorry because I was drinking some water.
I know. Gulp. It's like, sorry about that.
I'm not gonna say my name again because that would be awkward. But I go to Brown University. You feel me? Go Bruno. Okay. 20 years old as well. Poli-sci major. So I like to argue with people.
Yes, she does.
Pretty much.
Inflict traumas.
Yeah. Rising junior, member of the women's basketball team.
Good.
So, you'll be, hopefully, if nothing crazy happens this year, seeing me hoop.
Watch her on ESPN.
Period. ESPN Plus. Gotta get a little subscription. That's okay.
Oh, period. And I was about to introduce myself again, but I'm not going to do that.
Because that would be awkward.
That would be awkward. But we're past awkward.
We are.
We're past
it. We're past it.
We're not doing that again. So, I go to UGA. I'm an international affairs major. And I feel like that's really it. I'm 20. And that's my spiel.
20.
That's our basics.
We're all in our prime years.
Okay, so let's talk about our personalities. How would you describe yourself? Or how do you think other people would describe you?
So I'm the compassionate, sweet, caring friend, but at the same time, I don't really put up with BS. I feel like at least
fair.
The person I am now. I wouldn't say that was Lauren I was before, but I'm kind of just I care about you, but at the same time, try me and you're out.
Period. As she should.
But what about you?
I would say that I'm probably the blunt friend.
Definitely.
I'm not gonna say that I lack compassion. I feel like I do have compassion in very general sense
for those
that
who deserve it.
Human beings have, but at the same time, I'm very protective of my peace. And I feel like anybody who tries to disturb my peace will be just eradicated from my life. In a very quick
it's the
and
choice of
efficient
words.
fashion. So it's you got to go. You got to go. Bye. So that's pretty much me. What about you, Aisha?
To be honest, I'm the therapist friend.
You are.
I'm the therapist friend. Empathetic. I'll cry at
therapy,
no, because I be leaving I leave so emotionally drained. But I'm the therapist friend. I'd like to think I'm really nice, but
you're the meanest person I know.
Thank you. That's so sweet.
I'm playing. No, she is really nice.
No, but I also I'm trying to grow out of that. I was the almost pushover friend, but now I'm the if you annoy me, I just won't talk to you. That's it.
Mood.
So I mean, I would also be described as dramatic. I can be dramatic.
Can't hate on it. I just feel like kind of going off of what you said, not to deviate from, our intros, but kind of like being the therapist friend.
It's
because I feel like in some friend groups, I have been the therapist friend, and it's like one of those things. You're like actually good at it. I'm not good at it. Like I've been giving people low key. Like actually, I feel like I've been giving people good advice. Like people I really care about. But if I'm not like emotionally. Don't stare at me like that. Sometimes
she has fully looked me in the eye, and when I said I felt like I was so like overwhelmed that I was gonna burst, and she was like, just keep those emotions inside, and when you do explode, like it'll just feel better.
Oh my god.
Okay, no, so this is the thing. I'm not the best. I'm not saying I was the best. Okay, but I'm not the worst. Like I feel like if you're talking to me about something that I really understand and really get, like you're gonna get a gem out of me. You know what I'm saying? Don't act like you won't. Stop doing that.
I'm just listening.
But also at the same time, I feel like I can give really bad advice. Like especially if I don't know you and you come up to me and you're like, Cindy, like this boy, like he's just been breaking up with me and like he's been like cheating on me. Like oh my god, that's so sad. Like. Just stay if you want to.
I think you guys can work it out. I don't know. It's giving.
Well, I wouldn't do that.
No, it's giving. I think you guys are for lifers.
Yeah, like if you really do you like him?
If y'all really break up like that.
If I ask you that question, like, oh, do you really like him? Like, that's how you know I'm not invested. Because, like, if I'm really your friend, I will tell you, do not stay with that man.
Right. Yeah.
Nah, yeah, you've told me that a few times.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I'd be saying that a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like the energy in this one is low-key lower.
It's a lot lower.
We were like screaming.
So I'm over here like...
I've been up since 6 a.m. No, for real.
Dang.
But what's it called?
We gotta hold on, y'all.
No, because...
We gotta hold on.
But no, sometimes they're gonna get this energy.
No, that's
true. And that's like, I feel like
true.
It's okay that we're giving them this right now because you know what?
This is like the calmer.
This is like our calm, like chill vibes. Like we should be playing chill music in the back.
The intense, fun.
It's just I hate because it was like we might have to honestly. I don't want to fabricate, like not fabricate, but like it was just like what we talked about was interesting.
It was. It
like,
was.
No, it was.
You know what I want us to do?
Smoothly, like transition.
You know what we should do? Like,
no, let's hit on some of those points that we just talked about. Like, for example, like we just talked about what we want, our vision for this podcast, what we're trying to get across from it. So, what do you guys want out of this podcast?
Okay, so I'll just retell the story that I told the first time, which is basically, I remember like in a class like sophomore year, we were supposed to like write speeches on certain things, and like our teacher had like said like, what if you guys talked about like the whole phenomenon of like having safe spaces on campus? Because like for those who aren't in college yet or don't go to college, basically at most schools you have like affinity groups, so you have like a space for people who are part of the LGBTQ community, you have people who are like like biracial, black, African, different types of African, whatever, Christian, whatever group you fall into. And so basically, like, I remember these people sitting next to me were like, ew, like, why would you need that? Like, these people are just too sensitive nowadays and all this stuff. And it's like, you can't really understand what another person is, like, going through because you don't live that experience. So it's just, like, I felt like having been in those safe spaces now, like, before I didn't really get it. I was like, I mean, it's whatever. But it's like having been, like, in a BSU and, kind of getting to experience that, I'm like, no, like you really do need to have people that you can sort of just come to and vent to. And I feel like for this podcast, that's kind of like what we're trying to create. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I mean, I hope the people who are viewing are willing to just interact with us like that too.
Right.
Lauren, what do you want out of it?
I agree. I just want people to be able to feel comfortable talking about, let me talk to the mic. Feel comfortable talking about situations and issues that are present issues that we're all facing, and like feel safe, safe space talking about. Okay, guys, I'm sorry.
No, you good.
No, you're good.
I get to a certain point, you
a little delirious.
Yeah, I be getting delirious. I be
girl,
getting so tired.
just give us whatever you got. You
yes.
Dang. I just want people to feel comfortable being able to talk about certain situations, and most importantly, my goal in this is to help educate people are misinformed or who do not have access to education, and just provide different standpoints and viewpoints of certain issues, you know.
I will say though, if you are on some type of like bigotry and stuff, like this really is not the
This
place
really
for
isn't
you,
the place for
because,
you.
like, I will check you in the comment section if you call in, because
No,
we gonna
because
try to do
that
Like,
defeats the
I
purpose.
will really check you. Like, I'm not playing that homophobic stuff, transphobic stuff, racist stuff, xenophobic stuff, all kinds of phobic. I don't like it.
No,
you need to be racist
defeats
phobic.
it.
That's what you need to be. Okay.
No.
You need to be phobic to the hatred. You need to hate
Exactly.
hatred.
No, it defeats the purpose of us having a space. Oh, wow, a safe space. But like, no, I really felt what you guys were saying, and that's kind of what I want out of this too. I just want it to be a space where not only I can come after like a rough week or a rough couple of weeks of like just life in general and vent to like two of my friends, but be able to like put it out there in a way that it's like, if you're going through something similar, or even if it's not similar and you want to like let us know what your issues are, we can give you some like advice. This really is like a safe space. It's my safe space. I hope y'all's safe spaces, and we want it to be a safe space for you guys to also join in on the creativity, so that we can all grow as people, you know?
Sure. But speaking of how we all met, because I feel like us as a trio, this is a very relatively new thing.
No, it really
as
is.
of 4 hours ago.
No, for real.
Pretty much.
I think me and Lauren have hung out in person one time before this.
Once.
At the Christmas party.
Yeah, like Christmas party, and that was like it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But basically, so I am like the mutual
friend,
in this
yeah.
situation, which I'll never be introduced.
It's always
to my friends
me.
to people. No, it is always you, because I'm not like that social or whatever. But anywho, basically, I met Lauren freshman year of high school. We went to Mount Perrin Christian together, and Mount Perrin is a place. It's definitely a school.
It's
with
a place and a school.
All I'm gonna say is, if you're a black parent, I don't think I have a lot of parents who follow me, but maybe some people who are like interested in sending their kids to private school, and you want to send your kids to Mount Perrin. First of all, this is the first thing I'm gonna tell you: when you shadow that you have that day, they are whining and dining you. Understand that, okay? That day is not gonna be like the real days when you're at that school. Also, make sure you have a good therapist. Get on BetterHelp.com.
Good insurance.
Not the BetterHelp.
Get on BetterHelp.com and make sure you set your kids up with a great therapist that they can vent to about their inevitable issues, because they will face microaggressions, they will be traumatized, and homophobia. All I'm gonna say is they make you sign a sheet that says you can't be gay. So.
And that's the introduction to Mount Perrin.
That's just a little bit of what we experienced.
But that's where y'all met.
Yeah.
Yes, we met. Yes,
I'm not gonna lie, we were running that school.
We really were.
They don't want to talk about it.
If y'all went to Mount Perrin, drop what really happened.
Down in the comments.
They don't want to.
They said, I don't know who those people are.
They don't want to hear.
I know, right?
They're gonna be like, those women never went to Mount Perrin. They gonna disavow
Child,
us.
we in the yearbooks, okay?
Exactly. I was in that yearbook
They be
too.
like, I have never seen that woman before in my life.
My sophomore year, even though I transferred, I was in that yearbook.
Did you end up in our school's yearbook too?
No, not that year.
Oh, that would have been so funny.
That would have been.
They were like, wait,
yearbooks.
so which school did she really go to?
She didn't. She's a ghost. She doesn't
No, for real.
exist.
But I met Aicha in sophomore year, second semester, because I transferred from Mount Perrin in the middle of the school year.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess I'll tell that story that's for another day.
Another day.
I feel like
We'll delve into high
I feel
school.
like we have a lot of stories.
No, like
about high
collectively
school.
for sure. And like,
I know I do.
no, for sure. For sure. What's it called? All I'll say is high school is a time.
It was
Like,
how would y'all rank y'all's high school experiences out of 10, and why would you give it that ranking?
God.
I feel like there's a few things that happened that like I really could have like gone without, but if they hadn't happened, I don't think they would have shaped me into the person that I am. So like, as much as I wish I could say that like I had like the best 100% the entire time, high school was phenomenal, I loved it, like I feel like that's just not realistic for anybody.
Yeah.
And that's okay. I don't think I'd trade my high school experience for anything though, because I really do feel like it shaped me into the person I am
That's good.
right now. So I mean,
So out of 10, how would you rank it?
Maybe a 7 or an 8. Like, I really wouldn't like change it.
That's a B. That's a B.
And that's saying a lot. I feel like that's just being generous because there were a lot of things that were really out of pocket that happened in high school. Generous. But like overall, just like looking back, like the friends that I made in high school, the connections that I still have today, like I feel like it was all worth it and wouldn't have happened if it didn't like happen that way.
I have a feeling Lawrence is going to be a little bit lower than 8.
I'm going to have to say 3.5. Only because
we are on like opposite ends of the spectrum.
It was a very, very traumatic experience for me. So I would say 3.5, but you know what? I'll bump it up to a 4 because
you're giving them extra credit.
0.5.
You know, I
will curve this grade.
I feel like my high school friends did make my high school experience better. You know what I'm saying? A, Sydney, and then B, I had some other high school friends that were like my high school friends at the time. So it was like, that's all I knew. So I was like, oh yeah, this is awesome. Like, you know, let's get, you know, lit on a Tuesday night and drive around neighborhoods. And
because that's what we do in Georgia.
That's what we do.
Yeah,
we drive around and sit in random parking lots.
That's literally what you do.
In the back of
like
trucks,
actually
pickup trucks. That's what I did.
No, because that's actually what we just like
trucks.
sit in the beds of the trucks and just like talk.
Yes, literally.
Or like sit in like random Target parking lots or something. It was always Target or Walmart.
Target parking lots. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my high school experience was a little bit different. I think I honestly have to do like a ranking for each year because each year
that's fair.
Each year brought on a different kind of
emotion and a different type of city.
A different obstacle.
Senior year was my best year because I was about to get out of there. So
true. Well, for you maybe. Senior year was not my best year.
I think sophomore year was mine.
I would say this. Freshman year was a 9 out of 10. And I'm going to tell you why it was a 9 out of 10.
Really?
First, I met Lauren that year, and we were lit freshman year.
Lit.
I thought high school was going to be like that all 4 years. I was like,
little did
no.
we know.
It was great. Sophomore year was a 3.
That was
so
confident.
Understand that drop, it affected me too. You know what I'm saying? Everything was good, and then everything wasn't. So then I left. So we gonna do the ranking for when I was at Sequoia that sophomore year. It was a 6.
Okay.
Just because
it's because you didn't know me.
I didn't know anybody really. When you're new in a place, this is some of y'all's issue. Because I know some people, when they transfer, y'all transfer to a school and start acting crazy. Trying to date. For girls, stop trying to date every new guy you meet when you transfer to a school. You don't know these men. Or date whoever you want to date. You know, I don't know what y'all.
Or at least ask us about them.
Orientations. Yeah, figure out the lay of the land. So that was what I was doing sophomore year. And then, like, I was on the basketball team. And all I'm going to say about the basketball community at Sequoia is that I knew people felt some type of way, and they actually felt some type of way until I graduated. But you know, it wasn't. The thing is,
were really toxic,
very toxic. But the thing is that what I knew was going to be toxic because I wasn't like a recruit or anything.
Yeah,
I was coming in because I needed to escape my parent at that point. Like it had gotten to that point, so it was like I didn't have time. The truth is, if I had time to scope out the schools that I wanted to go to in the area, I would have just gone to Cherokee. I probably would have just gone to Cherokee or something, or I probably wouldn't have even moved here in the first place. I probably would have stayed in Cobb and gone to a school there or something.
Yeah.
Or who knows, right? So I didn't have time, and that was the issue. So like when I chose Sequoia, I was like, this is the best option that I have. Like literally, I remember like my dad, like it was either here or Woodstock. And he was basically looking at like the acceptances, like the universities, and the universities for Sequoia were better. So he's like, all right, Sequoia is it. And like I remember choosing that like at a basketball game. Like, dang. Yeah, so you know, I give it a 6. Junior year, I'm gonna give it a 7. Just because at that point I feel like I had assimilated kind of into the community and everything, and like I knew people. But the thing is, for me, like I didn't have that typical high school experience of like hanging out with people, because like after school it was like practice or I had a game, and then during AAU season I'm going to practice there, and then I have AAU tournaments, so I couldn't really get close to people. And senior year I would give it a 7 again, just because like by that time like I pretty much was like well acquainted with the Sequoia community and everything. And then like by then like I kind of knew the ropes. Like I wasn't new anymore. And then I had also committed, so I didn't have to worry about applying to all types of different schools and stuff. But it was just a tough year because I took a lot of classes I had no business taking. A lot of APs for things. Like, why was I taking 2 science classes and I literally had in a humanities major? Like, that makes no sense.
No,
so
it really doesn't.
I was suffering that year academically.
No,
but, like, I made it through.
2 things about that, just real quick. I feel like junior year... Like, I don't remember exactly when we became friends because I think we had classes sophomore year, but
we had
like,
one class sophomore year.
We like talked in class
junior year,
but then like at some point I was just like,
we had like 2 classes senior year.
Yeah, we did. I feel like we talked junior year is when we like became friends.
We sat next to each other junior year, and that's why we started really talking a lot more.
I feel like you just like popped up, and I was like, "You're walking with me to my bus." No, and I made her do that with me every day.
What she did. I feel like I'm one of those people who I don't really like initiate friendships. Like, you have to like really just like drag me around, and I'm like, I guess I'm here to stay.
No, I was like, you're walking with me. I was like, you're not doing anything? Let's go. I don't like to walk to the bus alone.
No, literally.
And I made her walk to the bus with me like every day. And then 2, all I'll say is high school is like decent. High school is okay. The summer after high school was the best like time of my life.
That was lit.
Like,
that was super
summer
lit.
after senior year, like 2019 summer going into college. I didn't really get a college experience in general.
Yeah, you did.
So like that summer was great.
It was like one of those summers. Graduation. I feel like for people who are not very popular in high school, like graduation is everything.
No, for sure.
Like, cause it's like, finally, like I
just remember thinking like, what am I supposed to do now though? I was like, so I graduated. Like I walked across the stage. What
Can
now?
we talk about how we were meeting people at graduation?
Can we talk about how we walked across the stage together?
Are you in?
But I definitely think that my college, whatever small college experience I had, that like 6 months I was in college, it was definitely a 180 from high school. And I think it was because this is the issue, and this is why I have a very, very, very hard time reconnecting with people I went to high school with, because people who you went to high school with, they have this extremely rigid view of who you were in high school, and they're like, they don't, for whatever reason, like everybody changes and everybody develops and everybody evolves. So why do you expect 18-year-old me to be the same as 20-year-old me? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it really kind of almost like triggers me.
Not even that. Like, why do they expect you to be the same person that you were? I think my phone just died. All I'm going to say is I have never regretted not having a college experience as much as I regret not having one in 2019. Yeah, because I feel like it's just not going to be the same, like, ever.
It isn't.
It's not.
And I really didn't get that because I was at home. Like, I was going to school. Like, I was doing school. No, you really are.
Like, twisting the knife. I'm lucky I did.
No, for real. No, it's just like, I've like already moved. Like, I'm in Athens, but I'm really just not having like a college experience. Not right now because of like COVID, but you know, fingers crossed for junior year. Junior year is gonna hit.
I
refuse.
About junior year, I really think it's going to turn around and really be lit. Well, not lit because I'm gonna be in nursing school, but
like when you're not depressed, you'll be happy.
Exactly. I feel like just as I think, well, continuing my point, just as far as like kind of not being able to reconnect with people I went to high school with. I feel like the reason why I've always struggled is like, I can't deal with slick comments anymore. Like before, I might have been able to like, actually, no, because I used to explode on people. But now I really can't do it because you don't know me anymore. So why are you talking to me as if you are so familiar with me? And it's like, you're so comfortable saying all of these things about me. And it's just like, we don't
arrogance.
It is arrogance because it's like, you don't know me anymore. We're not that cool. Like if you're going to try to come back, like you need to come correct.
No, I feel like that's a huge jump to think that you would be the same person that you were in high school, because I'm not the same person I was yesterday.
You know what it might be?
You know?
It might be because they're the same person they were in high school and have the same mentality and haven't really evolved.
Or want to revert back to how it was because that was like a comfort place.
Exactly.
Because a lot of these people peaked in high school. So,
Woo,
I mean,
talk about it.
When that's your
So
best
true.
version of
Talk
yourself,
about it.
that's what you're going to be obsessed with.
No,
you know?
for sure.
Talk about it. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of
Meanwhile,
people
we're
who
over here
keeps-
elevating every single day. You know,
Like
Exactly.
growing, focusing on ourselves,
Growing and
trying
maturing.
to better ourselves. Also, the lack of being able to like hold yourself accountable.
But I think
So
you know,
many
the thing
people don't
about-
do that.
About high school though is, let's say, okay, I'll take me for example. If I had a beef with somebody, I didn't have a
Yeah.
lot of beefs, but I have a couple. When I did, right, it didn't matter that I had a beef. I still had to come to school the next
Yes.
day, and I still had to see you,
And had to be
we still had to
cordial.
interact with you and figure things out. And so I feel like because of that. Like, because I didn't choose when I got to see you, but now that I have the choice, it's like, okay, like I'm gonna literally forget you exist.
No, exactly.
And it's like, I think people are realizing that, oh, like they don't have to be friends with me. Like they literally can move on and
No.
find someone else in literally a
We
second.
talked about this in the last video, but like that whole inner circle thing we were talking about and like strengthening your inner circle. Sometimes the people closest to you will be the most toxic towards you. And
Talk
it's not
about it,
like
talk
like
about it.
and it like happens in like situations where you just like won't expect it. And it really does push you to grow. So when you do like interact with people, for example, who are coming back from high school and you're just like, sometimes I'll hang out with people and I feel like I can feel myself reverting back to things that I did in high school that I don't necessarily like. Like I'll go back and be like, well, that interaction didn't need to happen that way.
No,
You
I
know?
think for me, one thing I have to do, because when I was in high school, I'm not gonna say I was a hothead, but I was very like you might have, if you were saying slick things to me, like I would give you that space
Because you
but
had to
just-
dissipate that anger. Like you
Yeah.
had to see them
But
the next
it
day.
wasn't dissipating. That's the issue. The anger wasn't doing that. It was just like building and building. And I think the issue in high school is that I couldn't. And this is the thing. What I don't like with certain people, when they stick onto you. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're talking ish about me in front of me, and you're like still like around me. It's like I need you to go.
But you're like, I
away.
love you. Hey,
That's what I'm saying.
bestie.
It's. Let's talk about the manipulation. That
No,
that is.
exactly. It's toxic.
But it's like now in college and, you know, COVID and everything, it's like literally I remember like I was on the phone, somebody said something slick, and I was just like, yeah, they're on a timeout.
no,
Like,
exactly.
Message on do not disturb. I'm not
And it's
communicating
so
with you
easy to do that now
anymore.
because I feel like it's like
yeah.
we're grown. Like certain behaviors just shouldn't be normalized when you're like a growing individual. It's like I don't have time for like petty. I don't have time for
sure.
drama, like because I
sure.
have more important things that like I'm not trying to like diss anybody. Like I'm not saying you're not
It's
important.
not a diss. This is honest.
But like I have
that's
more
but
important
this is the
things.
thing. This is the thing. People have overinflated senses of self-worth.
Yes.
Because they really think that like their opinions and everything are supposed to control how we live. And like that's just not the case. Like I'm going to move on from you.
Or what we do in our like daily
because
lives.
I was Sydney before I met you, and I will be Sydney after you get booted off.
No, for sure.
So if you're, like I said, if you're gonna come here, come correct.
It's one of those things where it's like you're like they have like their world and you might be
delirious.
Yo, I'm sorry.
No, Lauren like has
I'm
lost
trying
it.
to hang on over here. I'm like, mhm.
No.
It's like when I get so tired to the point where it's like like my social media goes down like this.
You were telling me that yesterday.
No, I have a
Literally,
social
like,
gauge and
my
it'll just get to
social
the
media, like, so it was like I was 100% in that video. I was like, yeah,
You were.
like, I'm giving you comedy, I'm giving you energy. But
We
then
weren't
when I get
ready
to,
for a
like,
retake.
Now I'm like yawning every 5 seconds because I didn't go to bed at 10. So I'm like,
We weren't
it's
ready.
bedtime,
Lauren is a
y'all.
grandma. This is
Y'all,
Lauren,
a
I'm trying to
grandma.
get on
I'm
that
blue,
energy.
though,
this is my high time.
Get at me if you want a little girl.
I feel like we are all too tired for this. And Lauren's just like, so, hold the phone.
What? Because don't look over there like this is
Do your shades like drop sometimes on
Yes,
their
yeah,
own?
they do.
Okay,
They
girl,
do.
because don't scare me. I'm close
Why
to
did she?
you.
No,
Maybe because of Lauren.
It's the chair. It's the
Oh.
chair.
Yo, I was about to feel. I feel like
I
there's
just
meant
saw
to
The
be
Conjuring a couple of weeks ago.
some
So.
superstition. No, because
Aisha
I
is
feel like
so
if you like zoomed in
superstitious.
on my face,
She
like
be believing
here,
in ghosts and stuff.
Yes, I do. And if
I
you don't,
I do too because I'm Haitian.
no. But like, oh, another thing. I feel like
Better shake the
another
woo.
thing that we didn't really talk about
R.I.P. Pop.
in the last video, but like,
I wanted to go to his concert.
I was about to get tickets, and then he
To
went
who?
to jail. He went to jail. Pop Smoke's concert in
Pop
2020. Yeah.
All right.
When he said, "Baby, welcome to the party."
Baby, welcome to the party.
I'm with the money is saying the thing. Just like move retarded.
Okay, they're gonna think.
I feel like we lost it. No, sorry. But what's it called? What I was gonna say. Let's move on for that topic because we'll talk about it more in other videos. Don't worry. I
want to go in depth because I'm ready to.
Do we have time to go in depth right now?
Today. Not right now.
Like we will. Like we'll come back to these topics.
I'm ready to.
Anybody who's watching sees anything that they like or want to hear more of, please let us know.
Do you want to know about when I went viral?
It's just that like that you remember the conversation. I'm like, hey guys.
I would like to put it out there. We are completely sober. We are fine. We're just tired.
That this is not going to be the consistent energy.
No,
it's just
it's
the fact
not.
that it's 10 o'clock p.m. and we filmed this an hour ago.
And I've been up since like 6 a.m.
It is what is this?
And you know, after a certain time at night, you get delirious.
2200.
Salute.
I can't do this with you guys.
Anyway,
I'm leaving the podcast. I can't
because I be delirious after 9 o'clock.
Mood.
Not the delirious.
I feel like this is for me. This is my time though.
I feel like that's because that's when we're on the phone 24/7. It's like this time.
This is y'all's time.
Now don't lie.
Are you a morning person?
I'm a morning person.
Ooh,
don't lie, Lauren.
And I thought that we were gonna get along.
Campus freshman year, you be calling me like 4 or 5.
Now I got down to get down.
Sydney, this is what happened.
I was up at 3 a.m. like,
y'all didn't hear that?
What?
I don't know. I heard a noise.
She's over here with paranormal activity and stuff. I don't got time.
Bye, because it's ghosts.
No, because
Aisha's seeing ghosts.
I'm not seeing anything yet.
Probably is one in the house.
Go what?
I'm just kidding.
What are we doing? No, you're not.
Baby, welcome to the
So who's gonna survive?
The ghost is Pop Smoke.
Who do you guys think would survive if there was a ghost?
No, because it's gonna be me. Period. Because first of all,
Aisha is spiritually inclined. She's
gonna be like, the ghost is gonna go flying.
No.
She said Avada Kedavra.
Because I don't know what I just said.
Aisha's spiritually inclined. She'd be like, I bet you that person, all this like spiritual stuff. Yeah.
Okay, but did y'all notice that I said I have a feeling that we're gonna have to re-record that podcast?
No, the way you. She.
No, okay, Lauren, you haven't
call
seen
her
it.
nickname. If you've ever seen Vampire Diaries, her nickname, I call her Bonnie Bennett. I'd be like, okay, Bonnie.
Yeah, she does.
Okay, Bonnie Bennett.
No, okay, but it's like never on
you're not
purpose. Like I'm like I just.
Do you remember that point of the year last year?
You do that
every time. Every time I get so sick.
Where you were not manifesting things, but like you were like predicting things, like specific things.
No, like at one point, this is gonna sound like really crazy, and I swear I'm not into witchcraft. I'm not a witch.
Bonnie Bennett.
I don't.
Lord,
I swear I do not practice witchcraft or anything. I'm just African.
I don't have much to bring. No, cause African people and Caribbean people, they know what's up.
No, that's why I don't mess with them. That's what I'm saying. Like in all actuality, I do not mess with
coming out, the Little Mermaid movie, because you know Halle, obviously she's black.
Halle Berry. Yeah, there was a lot of.
It's not Halle Berry.
Halle
from Chloe and Halle.
Yeah, Chloe.
Sorry, I feel like just butchered. Okay, anyway.
Because people have been getting into spirituality. They need to understand that those mermaids are real.
Okay, I stick to that statement, bro. Because we're first gens. Yeah, so like that stuff is like so
girl. We need to have like a time where we just talk about like spiritual stuff.
No, because
so basically mermaids like exist like so like in the Caribbean and stuff, and probably like New Orleans, because you know they are. I don't like New Orleans. I get
New Orleans scares me. I've always wanted to
city.
visit there, but it's like so eerie
Don't
and creepy.
Go.
I won't because
Don't
I feel like something will follow me back.
Wait, they'll get you because I was feeling some things.
Why is New Orleans bad? It's like witchcraft.
So you know, it's because they brought slaves there.
So the slaves that were in New Orleans, right? The French were the ones who were in control of them, and so basically, like the French had a very loose, like not loose control, but like they allowed the slaves there to like to practice to speak their languages.
Yes,
that's why like they speak like Creole and Gullah and stuff like that, and then like practice like voodoo and stuff. So that's why like,
when they
if you
say
ever
New Orleans
to, like,
is
New Orleans,
a spiritual
like, just
hot ground, like what's the word?
This is what I'm gonna say.
Hot
when you
spot.
go to New Orleans, look at that. I was talking about mermaids. Mermaids are real. They
No,
are real,
I believe
and
in
they
them
are not no
wholeheartedly.
cute little.
How
like,
we know
they-
mermaids are real?
This is what they do. So when you go to the
knows one
beach,
person.
No.
when you go to the beach, right, and there's like these beautiful women that are at the beach and everything, they like lure them into the water and enslave them basically, and they come back. People will come
You're
back.
better
like,
than
they
me.
do
I
it to
just
men
don't
a
go
lot.
to the beach.
Men come back and they're like dazed, don't know what happened. Like they'll talk about how they were like enslaved for a year. Girl, this is some real stuff.
Or little kids. It happens to little kids a lot.
Like,
No,
when little
because
kids
one of
start
our close friends.
they'll start wandering places. They're like, oh, this dog was just telling me.
No. And it
walk
happens
over
with
here.
the animals too. No, because one of our close friends told us about that too. At some point, we'll have her on here and she can tell you for herself. But like
Girl,
things like
are we
that
gonna
happen to
get her to
kids.
focus enough to actually tell us the whole story?
I hope so.
Is there any proof?
There's
Don't
no-
ask for things like
don't-
that.
You don't want.
You don't want
the fact
the
that you
proof.
don't know about it explicitly, like you haven't seen it, is a good thing.
It's a good thing. Because once you start seeing it,
No,
you need to run.
No, for real. No, this is the thing. If you ever like,
Lauren is like-
if you ever
I know, I'm
visit,
here
this is
like
the
that.
thing.
I need
Like
to get up outta
people
here,
who
y'all.
like
Lauren is
people
thinking
like
that we've
from
lost
Africa.
it.
They
No.
are deep in it, honey. They don't have nothing to do but voodoo people.
Why do I wear this
Like,
necklace? Like
all I'm gonna say, I
on
know-
the real, this is like it has like protections and prayer in it, and it
Bonnie
darkens.
Bennett.
No. It
Y'all,
darkens.
I'm getting a little scared. I have a long drive home, y'all. I'm scared now.
So it's
so late
pure.
that we talk.
I know. I'm like, y'all sure y'all
No,
not.
it's pure silver and gold. Okay, silver and gold do not rust.
Silver and gold.
No,
I'd
they don't
rather
rust.
have
And you see how it's like
Jesus
black on the outside?
than silver
It's not
and
rust. It's like okay. There's a thing. I don't know if they
It's-
talk about it in
it's
your
the,
like
how
culture.
all the people
All
who
the
tried to voodoo
negativity
her
of the people who are trying to say things or
repelled.
do things to
Oh, I
me,
guess
like
that.
it just like
That is
holds
sticking.
it instead of it like coming to me all that
I'm not gonna
negative
ever touch that
energy.
necklace.
No, it's a good thing.
I'm like,
The necklace is a good thing, and it
listen,
lightens and it
the only
darkens.
spiritual things I believe in is God.
That's
Savior.
good.
I don't be like.
Wait, so you really don't believe in ghosts?
I know, like I believe in like demons and like angels. I don't really be.
But you
believing
don't
all
believe
that.
in ghosts.
I don't be believing all that stuff because I
Don't
I'll
do
be
it.
Because the
paranoid.
Quran talks about ghosts.
I mean,
like I don't know about
they
y'all's like
have-
spiritual
no,
books.
Because I don't. Because in Genesis,
Mm-hmm.
not Genesis or Exodus. I think it's Exodus when Aaron, Moses' brother, turns the staff into a snake. The Egyptians, like they had people who were able to do the same thing. Like, because he was trying to prove like our God is like real, and they were like, well, what about ours? If we just turn this staff into a snake too. Like there are people who are spiritually inclined, and they talk about like shrooms, LSD, and stuff. You know, like when people see, they're like, oh, I saw aliens. Da 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 da. Did you see
No.
aliens?
No.
What did you see?
No,
I
because
got a real story though. So my mom had a coworker, and so she was in a church. This is scary. This is
Y'all,
a
I can't
church-
lie. I don't know if I can do a scary story right now. 'Cause
I don't have
a
anything
long
scary-
drive in the dark.
Okay,
back
babe, we're
home.
not gonna tell the story today. We're gonna tell the scary story when the sun is out.
I was gonna
Right.
say something. It wasn't scary. It had to do with It
don't
had to
think
do
it's-
with being spiritual though, because in Senegal, a lot of the people, because obviously, as we've probably acquired now, my family is not from here. I was born and raised here, but my family immigrated here from West Africa, and like there are people like, and I'm telling you, it happens all around the world. Maybe just not in the U.S., but like everywhere else, there are people who they say like have like gifts, not powers, but like gifts. Like people who like in Senegal, it'll be like there are people who when they see something bad happens. Or like they'll say something, and I
is there
genuinely
a possibility that
think
people
about it.
have those issues, not issues, but gifts here, but they just call it something
Okay,
else?
but-
how to explain it, like call it a mental illness,
Yes.
or say that what's that word that they say, like for people that are like mentally ill, like what's it called?
Schizophrenic.
Not that, but there's a not the spectrum, but it's something else. They call it like I can't remember the word. It gonna come back to me.
No, what I was gonna say is
Probably
like,
won't come back to me.
I know. the way
when I
this
went to
conversation-
Senegal, my mom, because I told her about, you know how we were talking about like my freaky predictions or whatever, like every time I say something, like it happens.
Oh, not that you should having a gift, Bonnie Bennett.
No, my mom was, no, my mom told me like explicitly, her and my dad were like, do not say anything about that when you get home. Because like there are people who like when they like say something or like they don't even have to say it, when they think it, it happens. And that like it happens
That's
to me
what I was
all the
literally
time.
telling you. I was like, I should stop thinking.
I know.
Like,
I would like over stress and then like things would happen. And I'd be like,
I'd be like, girl, stop, don't talk about it.
we're gonna have to cut this out. They're gonna think that we've like actually like lost it. We are sober. Like,
yeah,
we're
like
100%
I don't want.
sober.
Like
I
here's the
don't
thing.
drink, I don't smoke.
I don't really
I don't
be
cook.
thinking
I don't
that
clean.
deeply into
Let me
it.
tell you, I got this ring.
Gobble me,
Hey,
swallow me,
look,
drip that.
I do believe in demons and stuff. I believe in demons. I believe in angels. I
So
believe
do you, the things that you believe in that are spiritual, are they only religion based?
Kind of, because I don't really believe in. I wouldn't. For my mental sake, I don't really feel the need to believe in ghosts or like.
Oh, my
anything
parents
else.
don't let me go out at night. Like, that's why they get mad when I go to Dunkin', because because nighttime in synagogue is the hour of the jinn, like the hour of the ghost.
But I thought the way my mom said, she said that because we have a lot of like, well, actually here is not that very technologically advanced, but like at least in like first world countries, a lot of that stuff doesn't really happen as much because there's like, you know, you have the lights and you have all that stuff like it's very developed. It's only in those undeveloped countries because like my dad told me in Haiti, like people do not like any sort of development because they know that they're on that voodoo stuff.
No, because they are
Like crazy.
The way that my aunt almost got voodooed the other day.
That's
See, that's just a realm I don't even want to get into because that's just like
But the thing is, you don't need because you don't have those types of family ties.
Yeah, I really don't.
So you don't need
you don't need to worry about it.
Yeah.
We do.
I need to run away from it. That's
We do.
Like, it's genuinely an issue, especially like when we're together.
No, for real.
But guys, I think we should close this podcast up.
No, we do need to close it off. But you know
we're
what we
tired.
gonna do? What we gonna do before we close it off? You know,
we're gonna have a dance party.
Dance session. Now.
Oh, I thought you were gonna put the explosion in.
Oh, please. Just got done talking about demons and voodoo.
Okay, it's the same space.
So maybe we should cut that out.
No.